All right, I'm gonna go over the strength routine for day 2 of the fitness center based senior focused workout routine. This is gonna be for each of these 4 exercises, baseline 8 repetitions and 3 sets. 3 sets of 8 repetitions. So I'm gonna start, and what I wanna do is build up in the weight a little bit. Start with a very light weight on your first set, and then you can build up on your second set, and then maybe you can go up on your third set, or maybe you go back down. What I really like to do though is to do a warm-up set of, well, 1 or 2 warm-up sets of each exercise, and then if you can, make your first working set, your first of the 3 sets, a high weight, and then you can decrease on the second one and decrease on the third one. Alright, so we're going to start with a leg extension machine. So you can do either a leg extension, or if you can do a step up, you can do a step up. The leg extension first. With all of these machines, there's different height adjustments that you're going to have to work with. And for this one in particular, you just want to make sure that this pedal, that the pedal that your shin is going to be on is as close as possible. You want it to be on the middle of your shin. Okay, so let's see how this one's a little bit low for me, but I'm gonna rock it anyways. Get your butt against the back, your shoulders against the back. Make sure you got your weight set appropriately, and then squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs, and then extend your knees. And I like this tempo where you power up, control down, power up, and control down. Now I'll show you the alternate. You can do a step up. And now this box for me is a good height because when I step on it, the crease of my hip is at the same level as my knee. But to start, just use a lower box, use a much lower box, or just you can use a weight plate, or just one of those cardio steps where you stack them on there. Just start low and work your way up. This has the potential to be a movement that you really have to focus on your technique on this. So I want to make sure when I step up, my knee tracks out and I keep my knee back. So looking from this angle, you can see my knee is behind my toe and my butt is back and my shoulders are forward. So anytime you step up onto the stairs, this is the technique that you want to have in that situation as well. So I'll do a couple of reps and I'm going to extend through at the top. And I can alternate feet each time. But you're really trying to use your butt and keep your knee back. That's the most important thing on this. Okay, the second strength exercise for day 2 is a machine, cable, or band row. So I have this dual axis row machine here. This is one of my favorite of the stationary machines. So get my weight set. With all these rowing motions, I'm going to start by squeezing my shoulder blades together. Abs tight, and I'm just going to extend my elbow so I won't retract my shoulders or round my back. I'm going to keep my chest tall, and I'll pull through it. What tends to happen on this one is the shoulders will shrug and rotate forward. You want to do just the opposite. You want to hold that tight. Okay, alternatively for this one, I can do a cable row, and there's a few different ways you can do it. 1 or 2 armed. So we'll start with 2 arm, and I want a straight bar attachment. Bring it about belly button height. Set your weight. Then I'll get in position. I want my hips back. My shoulders blades are pulled together on this one as well. And then I pull it right to my chest, the same technique. I can switch this to being a single arm row, switch the attachment, and the technique is just the same, except for now with 1 arm. But I don't want to turn. So I won't want to turn my shoulders as I row. Fight to stay square instead. And you'll work your abs quite a bit on that one. Now if I have a band, I can do the same exact motion with the band. And I can do 2 or 1 arms. So wrap it around about the same height. And then I can do 2 arms or I can do one arm. The third one will be a tricep extension. I have one of these tricep extension machines right here that I can use. Otherwise, I can use the cable machine or a band. I honestly don't love this machine, this particular one. You put your elbow on the pad and then you just extend through. And I know there's several different types of tricep extension machines. This one's okay. The main thing on all tricep extension exercises is that it's your tricep, but it's also your pecs, your lats, and your abs have to stay square. And I want my elbow to stay, this keeps your elbow fixed in space. But the ones we'll do in a minute, you actually have to work and think about keeping your elbow fixed in space. So for the cable tricep extension, there's a few different attachments I can use. I'm going to start by using just this straight bar, but I want it to be up to the top. Now, there's two different kinds of tricep extensions I can do. There's the push down, where I stand close to it, elbows tucked in, and I just push straight down like this. I can also do an overhead tricep extension. On this one, it's quite a bit harder. You won't be able to do as much weight. But on this one, I'll step forward, split stance. I want to have a split stance, leaning my torso forward, as you can see, and then I keep my elbows. Notice my elbows stay fixed in space. I'm not throwing them forward. I'm keeping them back at about the level of my ear. I can also use a band for this exercise. Wrap it up top, and it's just the same. I can do both types of tricep extension. I can do the overhead one as well. The fourth exercise for day 2 will be a leg curl machine, or you can also do a hip hinge motion. So this is your leg curl. There's a bunch of different kinds. Some of them you're lying flat, you curl like this. You just want to make sure that this attachment here is in so that it's hitting right below your calf, right at your calf. Set up. And on this particular one, there's an attachment that will bring down, and you want it to be resting against your upper thigh, so it kind of anchors your leg in place. And then you're going to curl down and release. Control on the way up. And on that exercise, you really try to squeeze your butt. Squeeze your butt when you're doing that exercise. So the hip hinge motion, I'll start by just showing from the side profile. If you watch my hips, I'm going to push my hips back. This is the same thing you would do to go down and grab something off the ground. And this is part of the warm-up in day 1. I'm going to keep my spine, though, in a neutral position. So I don't want to round my back. I want to keep my shoulders back. And almost think about arching your back when you're in this position. So I'll go down, let the knees go back. Just go down as far as you can until the limiting factor will be the back of your leg. You'll feel the stretch in the back of your leg. A good way to do this is to put a bar behind your back, and this will keep your posture in alignment. So you keep your head, shoulder blades, and tailbone against the bar and do the same motion. Your hips go back,